All right. Now, let me stop this and get going. Please bear with me, my people. Uh, please bear with me. All right. Now, please bear with me. I'm doing the crazy thing here, which I shouldn't be doing at all. Okay. Okay. Now, when it comes to land issues, now Sierra Leone, there's a few things that I don't notice, and I'm sure probably we're all familiar with this. That the moment when we talk about land issues, most times we blood the run cold, or shiver the run down with spine, one of the two, or we the vex, or we literally get stressed out. Now, so I did think why, but I explain my own story and see if now story we're all familiar with, and if we're not familiar with the story, and how do we go from there. Basically, when I'm familiar with this story, you buy your land. Like how me, I buy my land last year about the same time. I buy this my land na Toke. The man where I buy the land from, they call the man Mr. Tommy or Tommy George also. That's what they call this man, one of the man they were in at Toke. And let's put it this way. I'm not going to hesitate for call names of people, because we need for being called names of certain people then. Anyway, I buy the land from this man with him Tommy George, Tommy George na Toke while at the so send the money over, fix the land up, get me lawyer, sort the paper they all out, conveyancy, you know the whole lot, right? Survey or go there and survey the whole thing, conveyancy, everything done, name signed, blah blah blah. Say then they get land. Okay, just a couple of town lots. So the usual, you put your pillar them, you put your baking, everything. I'm sure you're all familiar with that story there. After you don't do all of that done, you land on Cedar, you don't get your paper, you feel secure for say, or you should feel secure for say, this now my land. Nobody know they can get no yagbade. But as you all know in Sierra Leone, that never is the case, is it? And so next thing I know, by the time me go Sierra Leone this past November, for go start work na me land. Next thing I know, I meet somebody, don't go broke all me pillar them, pull baking, literally don't give for put in your own fence. Who that not this person? So now comes the next part. The next part, of course, I forget hold of Mr. Tommy when I sell the land to me for ask what's in the go on. Kuskas forget hold of Mr. Tommy. Now that big wahala. Every time you call, you no go get him. You call, you no go get him. Anyway, patiently, I push right through for try until I see the time. Always now one excuse. Oh, we can't get meeting soon. We can't get meeting. The long and short of it, now that right up till today, as I talk to you, so I get the last message for say that somebody else don't go buy the same land where me don't buy from an associate of Mr. Tommy. Think about that. In other words, Mr. Tommy gets an associate when they all this sell land around that area of Toke. Then Mr. Tommy don't sell land to me. Next thing you know, the associate himself don't go sell the same land to another person else. Now, me don't left in a situation now we say this person don't go put pambody na me land. Then not only just me, but a few other people they own. Now Kuskas don't come for them now. Right up till today, as I'm talking to you, I don't go. I send my cousin at the place they then go meet pan body. In fact, the man with inside the pan body, as he see my cousin and they come with the gang with the candy, now he run away, go first. Right? So this guy ran away. So we can't even stop for talk to them for find out what the name of this person. We don't go put pan body, pan tap me or pan tap me land. Now I am sure, as I explained this, many of you are familiar with this particular narrative already. Some of you have it much even bigger, because some of you have a much bigger land than my own 2-town lot where I go by. Not okay why they experience this. So in that kind of confusion where they happen, this kind of well waiting to go on. Now me gets me conveyancy. I get everything with me lawyer don't put together for me for say the land a day in me name, na me land. So one would expect that forget no issue anymore about it. Nobody no for go there. They also expect that if a surveyor they go survey for land, that surveyor they forget the master plan. We in a day for look and realize this land here, so then we don't survey them, somebody don't buy them. That's what I should expect. And that such information for also be registered at the Ministry of Lands, and not only the Ministry of Land, if we also don't register, of course, now Roxy building, we all go register land and get everything settled there, in your name. So it's all legal and perfect and so on. That's the expectation, isn't it? All right. Well, this particular case for me trigger another discussion where I think very, very important for me. We as Sierra Leoneans hold. And I think if we don't hold this discussion, we are setting up for big trouble in the very near future. Now, and the issue of land in the peninsula, in the let me say Freetown Peninsula, we all are aware is a massive issue right now. So what I'm looking for us to, at least to what I want to put forward for we all, first of all, understand what the issue, how we could tackle this particular issue, and just what are the risks if we not tackle this issue. Now, again, I'm very aware that in Sierra Leone, or let me just say Sierra Leone, in Freetown, the moment we mention anything to do with land, it's a big issue. Like, we get very scared. There's quite a few people in way I don't talk to already. In fact, when I've been put this advert up for say I want to talk on this issue of land rights in Freetown, as soon as I put them up, quite a few people they were like, "Hey, Yusuf, you can't talk about land, you beg, yeah? Look, just go fight more for your land, yeah? Go fight for your land only and left the rest. Yeah, no go there. This one I see this one na Freetown, yeah, so this place do, na so this place day." Now, me Yusuf Ujalo, I can fight for my own land and probably are able for win them. I use the word probably are able for win my own case because I get the means for begin hire lawyer here and there. But what about the general Joe Blog? That mami Musu, mami Sampa, mami, Pasantigi. We not get that opportunity today. What happened to Pasantigi? So Inch just lost in land like that and lost everything. Well, to me, I don't think it is fair. To me, I don't think it is fair. And I don't think it should be fair for anybody, especially we in good, in relatively good positions for, for handle such cases, them and so on. I think we need for be able to make we support that mommy or that pa we can't afford for secure or for fight for the land where they don't depend for a long time. Now, but apart from the fact that we forfeit for them fight for make we for we land, but we get for figure out. I think we'll get for figure out as well. What do we expect, right? What do we expect when you buy your land na Freetown Peninsula? And again, I avoid upline for now, okay? Because I know for the reason why they avoid upline is just because much of the case for buy land and land fet now is a Freetown mostly a day. That make they avoid upline. And upline rules them for land is slightly different from Freetown. So let we take, this is a big elephant. So let's take one bite at a time. Let we look Freetown. So why is it important? I think that one of the reasons why make it important for make we address this issue, number one, is that land itself is sacred. Land, it's sacred. For una when a Christian, you understand this. Una when a Muslim, una for understand this as well. The African culture understand this first class. Land sacred. Land not just the physical, it also the spiritual. So therefore, the kind of respect we need for get for land need for be one who say we not do anything for defile the land. The Boku fight will happen between Israel, Palestine, and all the places is about land. Land sacred. I also think that if we sit down and left with land, somebody go take you land, right? Somebody can take you land. That vexation where you get, the way you upset, constantly na cost you the cost that land day. It act for make that person we go na you land for go sit down there. It act for that person lay sit down there in peace. Because every time you the cost that land day is full of sweat. Spiritually, we get to understand. When you not handle the land properly, it means even when you build this self, you not able for build it in the proper way, we go respect the structure of the land. Some of the way we would treat land necessarily when we go for land grabbing, now the very reason we make we go build na places the Musa will not suppose for build all around them, heal them, cut all the take them down because we not got respect for land. We don't understand the spiritual nature of land. So when we go with the authentic, then the next thing we know na mudslide. Next thing we don't begin for see in Freetown right the moment the heat look and sit down and it goes on and on and on. We get to understand the spiritual nature of land. So when we go, somebody don't buy in land, somebody don't deny in land, then you feel to say you get power. Now you get the magigi. Now you get the money. Then you go bully somebody. You pull and come out in land by force. You take them from that person under by kukujumuku means. Remember this for say you no go ever live in peace in that land. And worse of it, you picking them no go ever live in peace for that particular land day. This is very important for we understand. Much of the conflicts that we get sometimes in Sierra Leone, it get for do with the way we they treat land and how we know they respect them. But I put down the aside, and then I one that definitely for me that's like one of the prime things. But let's put that aside. Let's look at the other issues now with land, looking at the generations that are coming. Some of the problems where we get with land right now have been triggered by ancestors, such as with grandpa or great grandpa and so on. Either don't buy land and don't let and give we the picking them. Somebody wants for come now for can take that land by force. So now problem don't come from something we not more from with grandpa or granny them. We don't come give a fight for them now. So in other words, land issue not just the finish just now. When land issue begin, it go for long, it go for generations. It go for generations. So we they alive now. While we look at land for buy land, or even we go bully somebody for take somebody else in land, remember that it's going to go for generations to come. That to me is incredibly important because, as they say, case not the all. One day, cases then go come up as then they come up right now. We mean to say we're not ever there at peace. The other issue I want to look at as well is the court system. The lawyers them we involve in, in fighting land case. I don't know about you, and but I'm sure plenty people now go probably agree with me on this. That once you land case go na court, once you land case go na court, just get ready no more now. Get ready for some serious spending, pass, delaying, and so on. Which means we get lawyers them, we literally just the fool people them and just to make money out of the whole situation. That's really what they're doing. They're just making money out of it. So inside the court system, we all know this. This is not to really hide. We all know this. For say inside the court system in Sierra Leone, it's absolutely corrupt when it comes to land case. In fact, one of the lawyers where I talk to, they tell me say the largest number of cases in the judiciary in Sierra Leone is all about land. My people, I want you to think about this carefully. Think about this carefully. Ulematu, thank you for joining in. I want you to think about this. The largest number of cases in court in Sierra Leone is all to do with land. If that did not bring a wake-up call to it, then nothing ever will bring up a wake-up call. In other words, what would they do with the key we picking them an inheritance of serious cases for do with the land when at the most where should be, and it is the most treasured blessing we God give it, we land where we get. But what we are doing, well, at least the court system, what then they do, then they pass on cases, grievances, problems to the next generation when they come. It's like na curse with the curse the next generation when they come. Because we don't curse the land by the fact that you go bully somebody for taking land come out nine and then by any kind kuku jumuku means. And then not only that now, the case then in a court, you two don't go do and send tomorrow you die. You don't left the case which you begin them. Now you begin and then up and serious case. Now what's in the happen is now you don't get the other generation we now don't come and conflict now where now then papa or mama then set up that conflict they BNO. But now the next generation don't take on that conflict. The likelihood they go for pass that same conflict to the next generation. I hope you people are hearing me. I hope you're hearing what I'm saying here. Because this issue of land, if we not deal with them now, in this we own generation, if we not deal with this, we're asking for more problems in the very, very near future. Okay. Now, so when we look at the judiciary system, we don't see, say, inside that judiciary day, now they, one of the major issues then they, because the judges them or the lawyers them, know they act with integrity. Then plenty know they act within the law. That is one issue. The other issue is the ministry of lands itself. Now, I would have thought that if I buy land, if I go and buy land, I would expect, say, that once the ministry gets their own main master plan, you know, some of them know all the technical word there, but they will get the big paper when I did the main survey day of the whole area of the land. If it be to say I get land, I want for buy land, then go check them against the master plan within the Ministry of Lands. If the Ministry of Lands know that that land is government land per se, and it's not for sale, or it's a reserve, then the ministry for say, no, Yusuf, we're not going to sell this land to you because this land is either a reserve or this land, now government land for whatever the reason that they're not selling, or that now somebody else own that land, they so not they sell land to you. But if the ministry, me surveyor don't go there, it don't go, because if no, just deal inside the ministry first. If the ministry, they don't bring a specific land to them inside, then see and say, this land there, so it too gets, it gets too much, or surely this land is owned by somebody else, then I go expect, say, the ministry not forever sign that document there for, say, me for buy that land there. Because it's already bought by somebody else. What in that mean is that the day when me, Yusuf Ujalo, buy my own land, it simply means that I will for entrust that land there to the ministry, because that's why we have the ministry there, that ministry is entrusted for giving security over we own land tenure, or we own land rights. Right? So if you buy land, you go there, that ministry, then they say to you, all right, you employ we for make we look after your land and secure it for you. Because then if somebody go na me land, if one for go put something, I say, hey, bravo, you paper, oh. Right? Oh, you get paper, okay, let's go to the ministry, let's go compare. And let's see who that forced buy the land and from who. Simple. It's like it should be simple case. It does not need even to go to court. You no need for call lawyer. We just go to lands, we go put the thing down, they open them, Roxy building, agency, case closed, it's done. That's what we should expect. Unless if I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, somebody tell me. Aloko asks, if I'm wrong, please tell me. Madina K. Conte, if I'm wrong, please, somebody tell me if I'm wrong. You can make comments, you can write, but if I'm wrong, please tell me. But that, for me, is what I should expect, that when you buy your land, you go to the ministry check them for you, then say, look, this land is fine. You pay for them to your lawyer, you pay your tax as well, because there's tax involved. You pay all of that, which means it's clean, it's fine. But then the question comes, how come when we buy land, after we don't do all of this, next thing you know, somebody go a bill pants up and back, or somebody go put a pool paper again? How does that happen? How? This to me is baffling. How does it happen that somebody else suddenly goes and tries to claim your land, to say, you know, they also have paper from the same ministry? So we got to ask, what's in the happening at the ministry? What's happening in that ministry of lands? Who is messing things up there? I think this is a very important question that we have to ask as Sierra Leoneans. After all, when you buy your land, you pay tax. You pay tax to the government. You pay, of course, you pay your lawyer. Then, you know, you pay whoever owns the land. Therefore, that tax that you're paying to that government or that ministry means you are telling them, I'm paying you for you to secure all my documents that you have within your records, for as much as I have mine, just for us to compare. But how come all of a sudden somebody else can go and do it? Whose fault is this? Who is responsible for this? What are the surveyors doing? When did another surveyor go and survey and did not, and suddenly comes up with another paper? I think we have to ask these questions, not just because, and we shouldn't be shy, we shouldn't be afraid to ask these questions. It's about time we stand up and ask these kind of questions to the ministries, to our Minister of Lands, and then we're going to ask, who do we hold responsible? Okay, I'll put a little comma on that one, or maybe how do you call it nice, semicolon or whatever it is. I will put small break there. Make and just move to the other area, looking at surveyors themselves. Now, what somebody explained to me with surveyors, you get a surveyor, then job now for go survey for you, for cut your land, for make sure say it's the right size, right everything, so that before then go put them and register on a Roxy. What I know some surveyors do is that then, you know, so you're supposed for, let's say you go for go measure 1 acre land. 1 acre, let's say 1 acre now from Yaso to Ya, that's 1 acre. What the surveyor do, he measures from here to here. So all of this bit here is gone. He measures here to here. You now, when come, you don't see, you don't understand what's in a 1 acre, but you don't, you don't cut me 1 acre. You buy this. And then, at some point, another surveyor comes to survey again the 1 acre. And that other surveyor who comes, surveys from here. And realizes, bruh, all this is missing. Oh. What happened? Because now only this you get. The surveyor realizes, no, we don't survey from Yaso until he comes here. You know, enough. There's still this that is missing. That's where the other problem again comes. Because what the surveyors do, they take from this to this part, and they keep it for themselves, or they sell it elsewhere. That is another thing. So buying land in terms of 1 acre or whatever it is, you have to be so thorough about it. Otherwise, the surveyor will mess you. Because now what happens is this. You don't buy this, right? So this is 1 acre. Now you get all of this left. Somebody now comes and buys this to this one. Now, so you buy it, you think your paper is all correct, right? It's all clear. And then this person who had bought this 1 acre, when he comes to resurvey, surveys from here all the way to here, because they realize their land extends over here. Now, the land don't come inside your land. Next thing you know, a problem don't cancel, and God don't come. Not so you cause them, it's just because the surveyor not survey properly. And that is causing chaos for so many people. As they talk to each other with my own land, now one of the issues that one day we in my own land right now. Okay. Somebody Kadikadi says, but they say that that the other part is for road allocation. Well, that's what they will say usually when they want to thief the land. There is road allocation. Definitely there's road allocation. And I do think that, yes, we'll get for really cut for that. Absolutely we'll get for cut for that. And in fact, I think 20 feet now, the cut for road allocation, I think is very, very small. I think we really need to go up to about 30 feet for road allocation, simply because we have to take footpath, we have to take electricity poles them, we have to take a lot of other things that we get for coming on the road. We have to take motor and park on the sides of the road so that other motor can go past safely as well. This thing we need to really rethink all over when it comes to restructuring the whole of Freetown in terms of looking at the roads. Well, at least in all of the new areas that we are going now to build, we get to go above this 20-foot nonsense way. British man and can left give it. It's so stupid for a thing that we just go put road 20 feet. What kind of craziness is that? What's the way the ride bicycle is not safe? The way the worker safe na road is not safe. We have no space for electric poles. If a fire engine one for come, sign on it for pass. If ambulance one come, sign on it for pass. It's crazy. Crazy. This thing about road situation. So Kadi bringing that up. Thank you very much. That's very, very important. But basically, what the surveyors are doing, they're not giving us, many of them are not measuring properly. Now, that in itself sets us up for conflict for the future. Okay, so now we've looked at what some of the surveyors do, and I'm sure you probably know other things that surveyors do that probably I don't know or I've not mentioned here. But surveyors, then land ministry itself and their own responsibility. Because what happens now is that they tell us that it is down to us to do due diligence. Us meaning you, the buyer, you should do due diligence for check your land, that A, it is the right measurement, B, that nobody had bought this land before, so you're not double buying, okay? You should do your own due diligence. Fine. But we all know that to me is a cheap excuse and too stressful for you, the buyer, for say you are the only one that the onus is on for you to do your own due diligence alone. I do not think that's a right thing to do. I don't think that's fair. Why I don't think it's fair is because the sellers, where they don't the double sell, they sell one grain land to 3, 4, 5 people then. And we all know these stories. Then they sell. When the problem comes, now we the buyers and now we took trouble. Now we go to court. Now we go spend copper, all out of a good intention. Meanwhile, the person will sell the land, don't chop the copper, don't run away, don't go somewhere else. And I don't think it's right. I think that we should push for make sure say that person the way sell the land, will double sell. They should be arrested because I think it's a criminal offense. It's fraudulent. They should be arrested, fined, and possibly even imprisoned. Because what then they do in terms of double selling land, that is tantamount to a threat to state security. Why do I say to state security? Because when Kuskas for down areas them for land, not a small business. I don't see Usai and we all, I'm sure plenty but we don't hear of place they would have defected and they chop somebody. Recently, not so so your man and go and shoot somebody then kill. We previous land minister, I think Sandy also, not to me they go to Germany and they shoot people and they bully people left, right, and center. So when it comes to land issue, it is state security issue. So therefore, when you get people where they go double sell land, I think those people should be held accountable and held and put into court and charged for acts against the security of the country. Apart from those within the double sell, I think surveyors must also be held responsible because there are too many crooked surveyors. Let's call it spade a spade. Too many crooked surveyors. I don't see plenty where they say, measure this particular right. They know they measure the right thing. Then they plenty. And I'm sure plenty of you when they watch this, you guys, you know surveyors who are crooked. And sadly, some of we don't partake in the crookedness with some surveyors than they do. And that is absolutely not right. We can't be doing this. Because by law, by right, every single Sierra Leonean should be able to have land for themselves. Every single Sierra Leonean. That is by right. But if we go by surveyors them or by power or by whatever it is we get, we just go bully people and take as many land, there will come a time when the war will come on land issue in Sierra Leone. We will say, we go don't die, don't go. But plenty of people go in our grave, we go they turn. If we not take them, then we dig we grave and burn we bone them. And peace we bone them because of the injustice system we don't hand over to the next generation. And we've got to address all of these now. And by addressing them, we're going to look at the surveyors and what they're doing. They have to do the right thing. And if a surveyor is found wanting, if a surveyor is found that they're doing the wrong thing or they don't survey the place wrongly, definitely they should be held accountable. Because now confusion, they don't consent for you, the buyer, where they can buy this land. Let we left that aside. Let we go now back inside the lands ministry. When we go into the ministry of lands, we go find out for say a lot of people inside the ministry of lands them. When you go there, then they change your document. Now think about this for a moment. Just think about this. How is it possible that in the ministry of lands, me don't go, I don't buy me land, I don't put and down, they don't register in a Yusuf Jallo a land. Then when I go there, I realize my name not there anymore. Would I name it na Mr. Abdul Sohud come now he named it now we get the land. Who's saying with that change? Who's saying with Mr. Sohud the name don't change? You know, Mr. Yusuf Jallo don't change now to Mr. Abdul Sohud. Who's there? Then, it gets even more interesting. Next thing you know, the land now, it belongs to Mr. Alusain Abraham Kamara. So from Yusuf Jallo, Mr. Abdul Sohud, next thing you know, Mr. Alusain Abraham. So now we three now deep effects now for the land. How does that happen inside the Ministry of Lands? How does it happen at Roxy Building? How? Now Gina Musa na in they can't change her. I mean, is there some Gina Musa when na in they can't change the thing from Yusuf Jallo to Abdul Sohud to Alusain Abraham Kamara? How? Who does it? You know, I know Mr. Lusain, you say, Mr. Jallo, the onus is on both parties and the government minister have the responsibility to protect each citizen's right. Absolutely correct. And this is where I'm looking at for say that the ministers, the reason why we employ the minister, why we give the minister a job for Dede as lands is that he protects us. Ultimately, he is the main guy, or she is, whoever might be, is the main person there. They have that to look after it, to make sure it is checked properly. And this is where the right people need to be put in place, that all of these kind of things, that they do them properly. Because if we are talking about that the largest number of cases in our court is all got to do with land, does that not send a loud message to us on what the problem is in Freetown, at least in Freetown? Land. Come on, let's face it, right? How many young people today in Freetown get a chance of renting a place before I say now get land? And actually, the fact is that every young person, by the time they don't reach that 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 25, at least they should be able to get a space to live for themselves and live independently. They should be able to. We should provide that for them. At least the Ministry of Land should be able to say, this one is for the future generation when they come, and the planning is what they put for them. But if me and you two now, me Mr. Alusain will now all two deep and bout this bout, you know, kadi insef come and say, hey, this land they are so bad. If we are fighting like this, when are we gonna be looking at the next generation so that they not begin for fight and catch the head in a land that is theirs, as we say, land that we love, in a land that is theirs? Because now, with the if in our ministry, if in at Roxy, this kind of changes then they happen, the God knows how, but this kind of magical changes they happen with paper then they lost, or maybe it's a name they change. If this is happening, now guess what is the most dangerous thing that is coming? The most dangerous thing where they come is simple, is that quite a number of non-Sierra Leoneans, and I'm very careful in choosing my words here, but a number of non-Sierra Leoneans will infiltrate in that crack. Because when we create the crack inside our system on issue of land, that's when they infiltrate. So the Chinese could can't infiltrate. They say one for buy land. They go use we, because we self corrupt like that. We go get the land without understanding at all the importance, the value of land. The importance, nothing not they went to land they come out. Nothing. The clothes we wear, na gone it come out. These glasses, na gone it come out. Me toothpaste, toothbrush, me on that doors. Nothing not they went to the gone it come out. And what we are doing is we're just giving these things away, and because of course, so what's gonna happen is the Chinese then they come in, and when the Chinese then they come in and begin for take land, my God. What we are setting up our children to become slaves on their own land. And it's already happening. How is it happening? A lot of the young people, we can't afford to forget their own land, genuinely. Guess what they do? They all want on away. But could they go work in Lebanon as slaves? But could they go work in Kuwait as slaves? But could they go work now, even America as slaves? But could they go Italy as prostitutes? But could they go where? They run away, then they go. Because we know they get the opportunity for me to visit and get their own land. Why? Because of there's so much corruption. There's so much stupidness what they can do in terms of land issues. So I'm saying plain up front that unless we actually begin to address the issue of land from the ministry itself, from Roxy to the court system, and to every single surveyor within a Sierra Leone, and to the sellers themselves, we're asking for trouble. We're asking for trouble. Now, forgive me guys, I just gotta really stop and just gather my thoughts, because to me this is like, it's really bugging me. It's really bugging me so much. I do not know exactly what all the answers are, but what I know now that we get for address this issue, that now I know that as Sierra Leoneans we cannot sit back anymore and leave this particular issue. I do not remember that any social media, television stations, I do not remember that any of them have ever dealt and looked at this issue particularly. I don't remember. I don't even remember whether this particular issue that I'm addressing here is even being talked about in Parliament. And maybe many of us know why. And the only reason why I can say many of us know why is because maybe many parliamentarians themselves are involved in the same nonsense that I am talking about here. And this kind of stupidity can't be carrying on for a long time. The reason why I say it's stupid because we live in a place of abundance. Seriously. Sierra Leone, we live in a place of abundance. Land no go done pan we. Guys, think about this. Land no go done pan we. Even the 7.5 or so million we would just not tell we say we be now in Sierra Leone. Land no go done pan we. Land they warp. Utete. Land they. But what happened is we don't develop a scarcity mentality for say, hey, land no the, la rush la go by, hey, la rush la go by. And that's what we're thinking. And so what we're doing, we stab each other, we behave like crab, we just pull each other down because we think for say land not there. There's land, plenty of it. And somehow we forget out of this mentality because we are in this kind of scarcity mentality. What it means is that any small thing we bout like everything. So lawyer they just eat with couple for nothing, they just chop with couple. When really there's land, plenty of it. All we need for do is be much more creative. There's plenty of land. It's crazy that in a country like Sierra Leone, beautiful country like Sierra Leone, with so much, we go fight for cut, tick them down, up the hill, they cut them all up, they would bout each other for them places then they. Usai, you see somebody go, he buy land up the hill, we build the old vrepna, so they would tin up. Who's kind safe land that one day? Who buys that? With that kind of hill, that's why the hill they go eating up. We don't even construct the road properly. And this is what I'm saying. When the land is cursed, it means you will not even build it properly. When the land is cursed. But when it's not cursed, when it's properly done and it's given the right blessing, we go think of how they construct the roads them so that it's safe. So when you drive, you're at peace. But me una know, but who of the road then they in some of the lands then who they drive on, then road then they, anytime you go to you at the court. Anytime where you go there, you hurt, you like, whoa, who said they can't drive now? So if brake fail you, no problem. And we are seeing it in many places. When the brake fails you, it's disaster. Clutch fail you is disaster. And we are constantly fighting this because the land where we don't put on plenty people, it is cursed. It is cursed. It is cursed. So the land and get blood. When are we going to wake up and realize God bless we with abundance? God bless we with abundance. You know, as Bob Marley says, in the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. And really, we behave foolishly and we act stupidly in many occasions. Many times today, as I say, we parliamentarians act the same stupid way, many of them, when it comes to land issues. It's like, I'm not going to even say picking them, but it's stupid. Really, it's stupid. We're going to have to really rethink this. And we're going to have to begin to think how we look at land for the safety and security of we picking them where they come in the future and the next generation. Now, talking about next generation, let left Sierra Leone and let come in the diaspora. We have a lot of young people in the diaspora who are scared to go home to go and develop their ancestors' lands. Why? Because they're afraid, hey, if we go there, then go kill we. If we go there, then go kill we. And that is this, it's as real as it comes. Because somebody don't go tawa na the land. Boom, we don't go sit down, they say, hey, this land there, so if anybody can also, they kill them. We'll go fend Jujuman, we'll go fend Moriman, we'll go fend this. We'll not ever go fend Moriman for low help for develop the economy for let grow. No, we just go fend Moriman and for kill other person. That's how stupid it is. When do we deal with this? When do we? Because what's happening is this: the younger generation, talented generation that are all in the diaspora, we are stopping them from coming home. We are stopping them from coming and investing their talent and their gifts and coming home to actually be at peace with themselves. That is what's going down. Why? Because we're behaving stupidly over land. Greedy and so on. We're behaving over land. So the curse, it happened in such a way we say, all we young picking them. No one for come to it. They no one for come to a land that has so much. And so what's happening is because we see the land like a scarcity, what's happening in Sierra Leone is that the land is becoming barren. If not lie, when I check all the hills them around we, when I check inside Freetown, if mango tick, the bear mango inside Freetown, when I tell me about mango tick. When last when I see mango tick, it be a mango inside Freetown. Hardly. This is all part of it. We are not taking care of things because of the kind of greed, because kind of fetu the kind of bully for take other people on your land. And what's happening is we are messing it up. We're not developing the place properly. Talking of this is a different topic we are going to deal with one day, but talking of development and change. We think we're developing, But we are not developing. What we're doing, we are changing the place. We are changing the place, because when you go buy land, we're not to you own. You go, you take land. We're not to you own. What's happening is simply this. You are going to fight for change the place. You're going to scatter all kind of things for change. Rush for go build Pambody. Rush for go build O's. So you not do no proper, no proper architect not come for design the place for you, for safety. You not come, nothing. You not call no proper sense for know how you build this place so that it's safe. That is what's going on. You're rushing to go and build, and at the end of the day, you put a structure where it is more a death trap than a place where say you go enter in and you feel safe and you feel fine. Your friends come. A classic example was I my house the na hill station. I talk to my neighbor then I say when I live we put road, but because of the greed and I go say the stupidity. They no one join me for make we road for come down to use. I get for left me house and go make me own road. I spend so much money for make me take come up to me own house. And not to small distance. Make the road, put gutter. Even when I say for put gutter, man, and they argue with me. But as I don't make, as I they make the road to pop one person, you can put in your wall up. I say, well, before you put wall, you know, can join me. Let we make the road, let the road safe. Because look, the hill, I see it in a bump. If you see much cut out, now inside you ready to go. Join me. If rain come, if we not get gutter, we see the rain water come. Now inside you will see the go. No, until the man in wall for don't whoop na ground. Now I say, you see now. This is the stupidity. If you guys think I am not saying the truth, please tell me. Because I know places that we build, we'll put the road now so it is so. Gutter not there. Space not there for put electric poles. And that is simply because we are taking land in mostly on an unjust way. And we're not thinking, we're not respecting the land. I tell you, I already said before, land is spiritual. It will fight back. Land will whoop our asses if we're not careful. So we get for respect how the land is and build them and construct them properly. And acquire the land with honesty. Because everything they come out from the land. It's crazy what we're doing. Really, it's crazy. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, just live in Sierra Leone now when it's rainy season. It's crazy. And we can't carry on like this. With people crying because of injustices over their own land. And those who bullied these people to take the land, they build in such an irresponsible way. They build in a nasty, irresponsible way. And I'm really, really upset about this as I'm speaking here. And I'm not even going to pull punches because it's the fact. Many people, when they don't go take people in land, they build in an irresponsible, nasty way. You see somebody put the wall right on the road, and they don't go put the wall. Then when they make the wall, and so the wall, then you see, I don't know if it's a 90 degrees or 45. I don't know me mathematics, but not so the place there. So when you drive come down, they get this space for me the road there, so let you turn around. No, not so it day. So when they turn the for come, so if motorcar they come already see, boom, na accident. Just no safety, nothing. It's like we're just a bunch of, I don't know how to describe we. And that's how we're using the land. And it comes because we are very unjust on how we treat each other in purchasing land. Because now greed, we just don't go bundle the land, we don't take a bam. As soon as we take the land, one bill quick, hey, now for put Pambody. Think about it, you all know it, right? As soon as you buy land na sell, what now the first thing they say, hey, go put Pambody, make somebody no can take them for you. Why should that be? Why is it that as soon as you buy land, they say, put Pambody, can take out? In Gambia, you left your land. Once you don't put your pillar, you don't put your baking. Left on the 100 year, nobody know the craze could touch yourself. In Gambia, nobody will touch your land. In Ghana, it's the same thing. Why should it not be for Sierra Leone? Why? Why should it not be for Sierra Leone that if I don't buy my land, I put on, nobody should touch it? Why? And apart from Gambia, Ghana, I'm just saying for Sierra Leone, it is just the right thing. It is just the right thing. The right thing to do is that I buy my land, I put on the, it don't secure. I can go later, as long as I get my paper, that land should be left secured. Why could we not give ourselves that kind of peace of mind? Why not? Don't we deserve it? Don't we deserve it? Anyway, I think I've spoken enough, but this matter of land issue, there's a few things we want to kind of wrap this live with. I'm looking to call together anybody who's watching this that is interested in joining me in a campaign which I will call Land Justice. Anybody who's interested, please join me. Send me a personal message on my Facebook Messenger. Send me a message and let's join the campaign. I'm looking to set up a team of people, a group of people, because me alone can't fight this fight. You alone can't fight this fight. And I know there's been many of us, thousands of us, where they can fight with individual battles. But I think if these thousands of us come together, if we come together, we can beat this. We can call our ministers to account. We can hold them to account if the thousands of us come together. We can come together. There are some of you out there who are much more intelligent than me. Many of you out there who know much more than me, who probably have a lot more at stake than me. Many of you out there. But look, I'm prepared to be here to spearhead this. But we should come together. We should be able to come together so that when we do come together, we can confront this thing. We can beat this thing. We can go to the ministry and tell our minister, we need a change. Now, election, they come so next year. When this election is coming, we are going to have these politicians coming to talk, asking us again for their for our votes and to employ them again. Ask yourself, when it comes to the issues of land, your land rights, have the ministers been right to you? Ask yourself, have they been right to you? Has the justice system, the court system, has it been right to you? Or to your auntie, or to your uncle, or to your father, or to your sister? Has it been right to them? Has the Ministry of Lands, has the Roxy, has it affected you? Okay, you may say it has not affected you personally. But if you want to go and buy land now, how would you begin to feel if you want to go and buy land in Sierra Leone? That's where you should understand exactly what's going down. Because anybody, the moment you say you want to go buy land, land business will get wahala. So forget about the cost of land in Sierra Leone, which is another issue altogether. But the fact is, as soon as you think to go buy land, you're beginning to get into worries. Because how do you secure the land? How do you know the land has not been double sold? How do you all know the issues? Just to think about it gives you stress. Just think about it. In England here, when I want to buy land, if I want to buy land now, so if land is for sale, not to stress. It's just a question of the money. That's all. But I can be sure that the institution will take care of everything for me. And I will never have to worry. Why should we not have the same in Sierra Leone? And I believe we can. I believe we can. And I believe we must have it in Sierra Leone. If you believe the same with me, I want you to join me. If you believe the same with me, that we must have a fair, a just system of land titles in Sierra Leone, I really do want you to join me. I want you to, let's form this campaign together. DM me, personal message me. Let's make a data of all of us that are interested in all of this thing. Because this is just the first stage of me blowing the trumpet of saying we need to wake up fast on the issues of land. We need to wake up fast. And I'm not talking this now for me. I'm fine, frankly speaking. If I left Freetown, I go to my village, I get land there, I get house. It's not necessarily a big deal for me. Picking them and get placed, they are fine. But I'm thinking of the next generation. If land is not secured, if people feel that land business in that place is very, very shaky, they don't come and invest. Investors won't come. If an investor comes in Sierra Leone, say they want to invest, the first thing they do for check about the land security system, if that is not correct, no sensible investor, no sober investor will come there. The investors who will come there, I don't know if I should call them investors, but they are mostly crooks. Those who will come in, bribe somebody. And the moment they put bribe, you know they are crooks. You should know that they're crooks, and all they will do will be nothing good for our country. If you don't believe that, check the timber trade and you will see what I'm talking about. Nothing good has come out of the timber trade. Have we ever asked, who are we cutting the timbers for? Is it for ourselves? Those trees have been there for many, many, many thousands of years. We never bothered. So who are we cutting them for? Is it to build furniture for ourselves? No. We're cutting them so we go bless Chinese man. Hello. Hello. That's what we're doing. We're just taking it and we're blessing the Chinese man name, or bless the French people name, or bless whoever, but not ourselves. How stupid is that? Let's call it spade a spade. It is stupid. We're the only ones who rape our land for go bless other place. God. We're the only one. We rape our land, deprive our children for bless another place, another person, another. We're the only ones. Other places go, they rape other places for can bless their own place, their own picking them. That's what other places do. England does it, France does it, America has done it, Portugal has done it, Spain has done it, China is doing it, Australia has done it. They go other places, they rape them so that they come and bless themselves and their children and secure themselves. We rape ourselves and take it and go and give it to somebody else. Whether it's the money we will thief and Kerango, and we're doing it to our land. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's stupid. And land, you're very correct, Vicky Khan. It is, it needs security. We have got to really understand what the heck is going on. The sooner we wake up, the better, right? Land is a very important issue. So I want you all to join me, right? Join me. I want us to make a campaign together. I want to put hoping to put a campaign together. Not even hoping, I am going to. If this is the last thing I do until I die, then let it be so. But we're going to put a campaign together. I cannot call myself, say I'm doing what I'm doing regarding culture and so on, without land. Land is part of our culture. The land, the terrain determines the kind of culture that we practice. Those who live in the desert, they have a different way they live their lives, which is their culture. Those who live in the cold climate, they have the way they live their lives, which is their culture. We who live in the tropical climate like Sierra Leone, we have our way we live our lives, which becomes our culture. So I cannot be talking, say, I'm an African man, a Sierra Leonean man, a man of culture, and then I don't care about land. No, I care about land very deeply. And you must too. You must too. You must care about land too. Join me. Let's form this campaign. I mean, as I said, send me personal. I'll take note of everybody's name that sends me a personal DM. It's not, I'm not looking at, say, oh, get your WhatsApp numbers. No. As long as you send me a personal message, I'll keep your name DM, so that my next stage after this is to be able to do a Zoom conference. I want to have a Zoom conference. Look, if our president is having a, how do they call it now? Community meeting or whatever they call it, or, you guys, you know what I'm talking about. If they're having those meetings, I think we must have a meeting, a conference, a farmable meeting, whatever we call it, for our land. It deserves it. Black Johnson was under threat. You all know exactly what's happening with that one. The issue with that one. And there's more coming. We need to come together. We need to be able to hold each other so we don't feel as if I'm fighting a battle just by myself. Right? And this is not a battle just for myself. Absolutely not. But if it ends up to be that it's just by myself, so be it. But I don't think it should be. I think every single one of you listening to me right now, every single one of you watching me right now, you owe it to yourself, you owe it to your children, you owe it to your future family that we should be able to come together as a big platform to be able to hold our government, to hold our ministers responsible for the security of our land. I don't know. I really don't know else how to put it, because everybody, when you buy your land, you want to make sure your land is safe, don't you? Don't you want to buy your land and leave it for your children? or maybe for your grandchildren, don't you? If you want to do that, that you want for left farm, then join this campaign. Join the campaign. Let us hold the one the way they sell land, double sell. Let us hold them responsible. Let them lock their ass in a jail. Yes, make them pay for the money what they lose. Let them lock their ass in a jail, because these people are criminals. They don't put so many people them in pain. Pain. The one the way they double sell. Why shouldn't they be arrested and locked up? For me, throw the damn key. Then surveyor there, where they go cause people wahala for people that we know they survey properly. They too should be dismissed from their jobs, criminalized, and possibly locked up in jail as well. It's wrong. The one the way they go bully people for kapu their land, similarly as well. If it's proven that it's not their place, they should pay some hefty fine. Because they are all part of the whole process of messing us up and putting curses on our land. We can't sit down and just say, hey, not talk, hey, land business, hey, then go kill you. All man, they freaking die. All man. All man, they die. Nobody not they left alive. I mean, that's how risky life is. Life is so risky that you do not come out alive. So why the fear? Why should we be afraid to live on our land happily and freely? Why should we be afraid to hold our ministers accountable? Why? Why? Somebody go say, hey, they call you the England. No, to hell with that. If I've been there, Sierra Leone, right now for my land issue, now straight to a minister office they go. How come you do not put in charge? How come you suddenly inside your office, inside your department, then the double sign paper there? How come? What's happening? So what I'm saying is, look, guys, we're gonna have to reform this kind of system. It has to change, right? And there are many levels to this. Some of the levels which I cannot handle. I'll be honest. Especially the level with, in terms of, for like the thing about for Creole, for buying land up country, blah, 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 and so on. I mean, that's a huge issue. But that issue, I think, is down to the chiefs and the parliamentarians to discuss properly. And at some point, they're going to need to have to discuss this at some point. Okay? Because that's a big issue. So I'm not going there at all right now. That's above me. Then, the issues of, in terms of the politicians today, SLPP can and take land, APC can and say they won't take land and bully. That's another issue as well. But that one, we can even deal with it as people together, as citizens of Sierra Leone. We can even tackle that together. But first, let me just look at just me and you, our struggle for land in Sierra Leone, in Freetown. Just a basic struggle. When you get land issue, you don't sleep. You're stressed out. And again, as I say this, and I know I'm repeating myself, but I just want to think of the younger generation coming after us. How are they going to live? The younger generation. How are they going to live? Where are they going to live? When will they be able to afford to buy their own land? What is being kept aside for them? If we all be so greedy because we think land the done. Like I said, land not the done. But if we all think that land could only now for buy 100 acres, now for buy, if we're going down this road, we're gonna reach a point. What do we do for the younger generation that are coming after us? What do we do? What do we do? How do we plant? How do we grow food? We're gonna have to think. But for now, my people, let us have a campaign just to get land justice. If we call it land justice, whatever. So this is the first part to it. The next part that I'm looking to do is to form a Zoom meeting to get, just hold a conference as Sierra Leoneans, hold a conference and let us figure out how we tackle this and put an end to this kind of insecurity when it comes to land issues. There's so much insecurity too, brah. Yeah, the insecurity per land is plenty. Nobody, when you buy land, you act not the cold. When you buy land, you act not the cold. Because if you not don't go put block and put your host there, you act not the cold. Even when you depend bill yourself, you do one day, or that they can talk in land this. And that is why we do not build the structures properly, because we're in a rush. So we do not call a proper architect to design for us what is safe. How do you design your gutter, your drainage system? How do you design it so that mosquitoes are not going to come inside? How do you design so that the electricity when they come inside is safe? How do you design all the road systems so that if you get small party in your house, we must all man go park without blocking the road? But me una know, anybody, if you hold a party in Sierra Leone, as soon as you hold your party, when people come with their cars, end of story. Where, again, my place at Hill Station, there was a party. And this place is a hill. Now, 2 months can park, end of story. If you see the problem, how they cleared out there, I don't know. Because, I mean, I was getting out and I was heading somewhere else. How they clear up that place that night, I don't know. But my God. And the mommy them back will be in the camp and that particular party. If you see the ashasha, we get it. Oh. Plenty for the mommy with the company party. The way they are heel sus. The ashasha sit down, they don't think it's fun. The driver, they can no one they can do that good day. So man the couch the mutuka when they can down the clutch done. Just think about that. By the time they can down the clutch done, they're not able to go back up. That's crazy, isn't it? You want to make sure say when you're ready to go back, let you go back up the hill safe. But that's all. And I put an answer, it's just because of stupidity, greed, and abuse of land. If we use the land properly and respect the land properly, what's going to happen is simply this. We will all be able to come together and we'll discuss and we'll negotiate how we make the road so that it's wide enough, safe enough for we picking them for drive cam, for we auntie, we mama, we friends for drive cam, pack and enjoy party, all man drive go back. That's how we should be thinking. But we're not thinking that way at all. Right? We're not thinking. Lyndon, yes, my brother. Lyndon, we're going to keep this discussion on. Absolutely, we're going to keep this discussion. I'm not even kidding about this. If this is the last thing I do before I die, so be it. But at least I would have helped to create something safe for our people. But no, we can all do this together. Right? Tunji King, thank you for watching. Josephine Kamara, thank you all for watching. But all I'm trying to say is that, folks, we're going to have to need to come together. I mean, one of the examples I can share with you is where when I make the road in front of me also. Mariama, you don't go na me also, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Me hill na so it in a pub. Now, I don't make the road. But when we make the road, me neighbor, in the arrange with the bobo them, then they thief the cement, then they thief the sansan for build in your house. Say Leone. Thief the cement, thief the sand for building your house. And they hold it right in front of your house. It doesn't make sense. So they end up for me the road very narrow. Pass where I come back, I spend more money for make the road wider. So that it's safe. And Mionka in hill, if you see you bote, as we say Pankrio, if you see you bote, case close, you go finish yourself down na Kamayama. If you know Lomley and Kamayama, down the Bambi and Choi terms, from the down na Kamayama. So I'm like, no, don't make this thing safe. Don't make the road wider. The man, the thief me stuff for building your house. Anyway, folks, I think I've said enough and I think I've held you for too long. But I just want to ask Una, as Sierra Leoneans, we can't leave this thing for the government alone to do. They have a lot on their plate. But as Sierra Leoneans, we can come together and begin to address this issue and call on the government and ask them to be responsible for what they should be responsible for. And also, we could drive this thing right up to Parliament, that a law is passed that anybody who's caught double selling should be imprisoned or fined. But there should be some form of punishment. This can't be left like this. And we could push this much, much further for anybody else where they go for bully somebody else for take the land come out of their hand. And if they're found wanting, there should be punishment for those people as well. Because it's happening right now. You all know what I'm talking about. Without me even calling names right now. There will be a time when we'll call names. For me, that's all I think I want to say. So please DM me if you're interested in this campaign. DM me, just send me a message to say, look, you know, you're interested. Let us do it, right? Ghana, you know, I know Vicky Khan, you're talking about Ghana, you know, Ghana, they are bringing in, you know, people are coming in from abroad and joining and becoming Ghanaians. Sierra Leone's, we've also got people who are coming in that our presidents have been given Sierra Leonean passport from the diaspora for them to come in. But if those people come in and the land system is not secure, how do you think they're going to feel? They're going to feel like, oh shit, what have I walked into? I might as well just stay in America or wherever I've been. Because this country, so I don't care. Land, I can't do anything at all with land. And this is why we have to secure it now. You see what I'm saying? This is why we have to secure the land system so that the land rights is proper. Because then when the diaspora people come, there's no questions. No questions. You know, Tuvina Mustafa, you say you have that problem now. My dear, let's join hands together. If we all join hands together, we can stop this. You see, we can stop this, Tuvina. We can stop this. I really strongly, not just believe, but I know we can stop this. Because all it takes is one or two examples of people who have got, we go double sell land and so on, in prison. Their asses been locked in jail. And if you ask me, throw the damn keys away. And people are going to give for take notice. Because what these people are doing, those who are double selling the land, they're causing conflict in the community. They're causing rifts in the community. That is not good for community cohesion. It's not good. And I couldn't care whether a minister or a member of parliament, a judge, this. I really couldn't care a damn. If they're wrong, they're wrong, and if it's a crime, it has to be a crime, and then it has to be shown to be a crime, and then there has to be some punishment levied on whoever committed that crime, and we have to push for it. We can push for it. We have to reach a point now, as Sierra Leoneans will say, enough is enough. Oh. It's a different page now. It's a different page, different chapter altogether. Sometimes if you're not saying, throw the old book away, we'll come out with a new book. Because this nonsense has to stop when it comes to land issues. It has to stop. Make we live in peace. Let we get we land and live there in peace without any curse. When I've been the bill me house, when man come for work na me house, as you grumble by anything, I disack you. I don't want no energy of misery inside me house. Nothing. So when the workman come, if you're not satisfied with the job at all, you don't agree, I tell you go, please. If you agree, then do the work fine. But you can't say you agree, then when you come, you begin for grumble again. No, straight away. And I did that to quite a few workmen then. I sacked them. I don't want them amused. I don't want the energy. I don't want them plaster me yourself. Let them go. Why should we do that to our land? Especially across Freetown. We can do better. And if we show the respect to a land, if we show the honor to a land, trust me, we no go the cut tick then don't do the pan cut then don't. Because government, if they fair with we, and we also fair with we self, we no go up there hill then we say we go build so. Some man they go build up na hill for go up there no funny self. Wave go sick, snake bite you, who stay they come out there for kind of a hospital. No clinic, no day near there. What kind of land is that? Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. And this is all because of this. Because we're rushing. Because we think we're rushing. We go with Kapuland. We put school not the day. playground not the day, no recreation center, clinic, hospital not the day, forget about the road not the day, lights not the day, water not the day. Come on, man. Come on. What is this? And we're doing this, the simple reason is because we have no honor for our land. There's many of us, there are not so many, there's quite a few of us who are incredibly stupid, greedy in the way we approach land. And that stupidity and that greed is affecting so many thousands of other Sierra Leoneans and generations yet unborn. Is affecting them. We have to put a stop to this. I believe we can put a stop to it. I know we can put a stop to it. And I know there are many good parliamentarians there that will help us to put a stop to this. I know there are many good lawyers out there that will help us to put a stop to this. And I'm going to call, if you guys, you know anybody who's good enough, whether it's a lawyer or whatever, who good enough parliamentarian or whoever that can join this conversation, because this is not a conversation just for you and me, just alone, but the parliamentarians are important to be part of this. We need all the hands on board to change this. Otherwise, don't forget about free tongue. Seriously, who don't build us, God bless we. All right? But let's forget about it, because there's going to be so much chaos. And we will continue to reap and spoil and damage the environment, all because of this very attitude of grabbing land and totally disrespecting the nature of the land. And we think we're developing it. No, we're changing it. That's what we're doing. You're altering the land from its own natural state. We're not developing it. To develop something is different. You see this material is close where I get, I develop them by this design where I put spanner. You see, I develop her. But if now I take this, I give for where I like it was, I've altered it. I don't change them from what it need for B, which is a top. That's what we're doing in Sierra Leone. We're changing the whole topography. And it's crazy. And it's going to get us back. We need to act responsibly on land. I know I've talked so much now, but maybe I should just leave it there. I think I'll just leave it there. So my next aim, after I don't get a lot of Unawe interested in this campaign, I go put together for the next meeting. So please, DM me, send me a personal message. If you know any other person as well who might be good to be involved in this campaign with us, let us do it together. Plenty of people get more sense past me. You have more information than me. You know how more than me. I'm just a driver here. But you know better than me, many of you. Let's join the campaign together. Like I said, I'm going to have another meeting, and that next meeting hopefully should begin to lead to, as I say, like a massive Zoom meeting, and we need to spread this all over the world. Take it right across the diaspora, right across to Sierra Leone. And I want to take this right through across the television stations in Sierra Leone. All of them, they should be talking about this. Now, we electioned in the council, they should be talking about this issue. It's a very important issue. People have died over it. Blood has been spilled over this issue. We war in Sierra Leone was about land. Fract, land. Yeah, then call them diamond. Who's they pull diamond? Not to grown. Right, it's land. So let's address the issue. It's a very serious issue. Anyway, but that's all I'm just going to say for now. Please, my people, I've talked enough. You know, God bless you all. Fatmata Bijalo, thank you for joining us. Maybe you can listen to the audio again later on. Olematu, thank you very much. And please, you know, joining this campaign is hopefully not putting anybody's life at risk here. Nobody, okay? What we're doing is legitimate, is quite right. We should do it. Yeah, it's not putting anybody's life at risk. We're not sitting down here bringing anybody down. All we are simply going to be doing is calling that, look, we need to take responsibility for our country, for our land, and for the future generations. That is all I'm asking for, okay? Join me on this fight. I can't do it on my own, but if it means it's only me, fine. I'll keep talking. I'll keep doing what I can do to help change things. But I want you all on board so that, yeah, because because I'd love us all to enjoy the fruits and share the fruits together. Okay, for those of you who have a lot of land issues going on like I have my own, I pray we can work this together, but we will launch this campaign. All right, so please DM me, just send me a personal message. Yusuf, I am interested. I may never have met you before, you may never, well, you've met me this way and so on, but it does not matter. As long as I know I have people there, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 people share it, we can do this together. This is just the start. Little drops of water makes a mighty ocean. Sierra Leone, now we all Leone. Do you we always say for improve Sierra Leone? Sierra Leone, now we all Leone. Do you we always say for improve Sierra Leone? And that's where I'm gonna stop you all. I love you all. And God bless you all. And please share this post to as many people as you possibly can. And I will get back to every single one of you. I'll be updating what the next plans are for this campaign. Thank you all so very much. Much love to you all.